on to the People's Tele Ogtv Abeokuta, and welcome to our major news broadcast for the day. I am Adewale Dosumu. First, the highlights. Ogun State Assembly passes 2026 Appropriation Bill. Federal government says economy remains stable despite U.S. airstrikes in Sokoto. World boxing champion Anthony Joshua escapes death in car crash as two feared dead. Ogun and Lagos governments sympathize with bereaved families. Thailand accuses Cambodia of breaking newly signed ceasefire deal.
And coming up on the business segment of the news, President Tinubu cancels $1.42 billion, 5.57 trillion naira of NNPCL's legacy debt of Federation account. To join me later for more details, I am Adibola Oshomoji.
And leading sports bulletin tonight, FIFA President Gianni Infantino defend exorbitant cost of 2026 World Cup tickets. I'll be back with the details of these stories and other updates from the world of sports. I am Sheyelo Tonkore.
Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending. You can watch us live on our website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Facebook, Ogun State Television, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, TikTok at Ogun State Television. The Ogun State House of Assembly has passed the year 2026 Appropriation Bill of 1,668,997,993,125 naira 44 kobo, presented to it by the State Governor Prince Dr. Abiodun barely 26 days ago. The Assembly also passed the year 2025 Revised Appropriation Bill and that of the revised medium-term expenditure framework (MTEF) for year 2026 to 2028. Correspondent Kola Leosho covered the plenary, and his reports are presented in this package.
The passage of the 2026 Appropriation Bill was consequent upon the presentation of the report of the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation by its chairman, Honorable Musefiu Lamidi, who thereafter moved the motion for its adoption, seconded by Honorable Folawewo Salami and supported by the whole House through a voice vote. During the plenary presided over by Speaker Oludaisi Lemide, while presenting the House Committee report on the bill, Honorable Lamidi said that the Assembly adjusted the budget proposal of 3 MDAs, part of which led to a slight upward review of the internet-generated revenue to the tune of 2.193 billion naira. The same figure was reduced from the capital receipt, retaining the total actual budget expenditure of 1.668 trillion earlier presented to the state lawmakers by the governor. The bill was later read and adopted clause by clause by the Committee of the whole House, after which the motion for the third reading was moved by the Majority Leader Yusuf Sharif, seconded by the Minority Leader Lukman Adeleye, and supported by all the lawmakers through a unanimous voice vote. The clerk and head of legislative service, Mr. Shakiru Adebaki, thereafter took the third reading of the bill before the state lawmakers, while the Speaker later directed that the clean copy of the bill be transmitted to the State Governor, Prince Dr. Abiodun, for his assent.
I hereby order that the clean copy of the bill number 11-2025 year 2026 appropriation bill be sent to the Governor of Ogun State, His Excellency Prince Dr. Abiodun, CON, for his assent.
In a related development, the Assembly had earlier passed the year 2025 Revised Appropriation Bill and that of the Revised Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, MTEF, for year 2026 to 2028.
The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has assured that Nigeria remains open for business despite the recent United States airstrikes in Sokoto State. Edun said this in a statement issued by the Federal Ministry of Finance on the recent security operations and market implications, adding that Nigeria remains firmly in a path of peace, stability, and economic progress. He said that the operation in question was precise, intelligence-led, and focused exclusively on terrorist elements that threaten innocent lives, national stability, and economic activity. Edu explained that far from destabilizing markets or weakening confidence, such actions strengthen the foundations of peace, protect productive communities, and reinforce the conditions required for sustainable growth. According to him, security and economic stability are inseparable, as every effort to safeguard Nigerians is by definition pro-growth and pro-investment. Speaking further, the minister said that under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, Nigeria has made tangible, measurable progress in both security and economic reforms. Yewa Axis of Ogun State has recorded a significant boost in tourism and grassroots media development with the commissioning of the Yewa Frontier Amusement Park and Yewa Frontier 102.9 FM in Ilaro. The twin facilities were unveiled by the founder of Yewa Frontier Hotel, Afisu Olabinto, at a ceremony that draws government officials, traditional rulers, media practitioners, youth groups, and residents from across Yewa land and neighboring communities. Nkem Agu reports.
In a bid to promote leisure, entertainment, and community engagement, a new amusement park and radio station are commissioned in Ilaro, Yewa South local government area of Ogun State. Driven by vision to provide quality recreational facilities and put smiles on the faces of residents, the founder, Afisu Olabinton, establishes the Yewa Frontier Amusement Park alongside Yewa Frontier Radio 102.9 FM to serve the social and informational needs of the people. Declaring the facilities open, dignitaries described the project as a bold step towards boosting tourism, creating employment opportunities, and strengthening grassroots information dissemination, while urging residents to take ownership and ensure their sustainability.
What you are saying is the plan of your frontier. This is exactly all the same thing as ours. But when I saw it, I said,
to encourage us to use it positively, because most of the time the social media now we use it for negative things. But I want to encourage us in Yewa that we should use it for the betterment of our community. Let people hear our voice. Let them hear our culture. Let them hear what we believe in. We should change the narrative out there, because most of the time they think Yewa is not doing anything, but we're doing a lot as a community.
Speaking at the event, the founder explains that the amusement park is equipped with modern recreational facilities designed to ensure leisure, social interaction, and cultural expression, particularly among young people. He adds that the Yewa Frontier 102.9 FM is set to promote local content, culture, peace and development through quality broadcasting, news and educational programs tailored to the aspiration of the people.
The hinder has been the lack of infrastructure that has kept me from mine. But I'm seeing the improvement today. You know, aside from what I've done in Ilaro, I've done several projects in Lagos before we did this. And that provides a source of funds. There is no intent for me to take profit. I've never profited from anything I've done in Nigeria. There's never a need for it. So there's that endless opportunity.
The commissioning ceremony features goodwill messages, cultural display, and a symbolic ribbon cutting, and a guide tour of both the amusement park and the radio station. Nkem Agu, Ogtv News.
The drive to strengthen private sector investment and expand hospitality infrastructure in Ogun State has received a major boost with the official commissioning of Feliza Hotel and Suites, a multi-million naira project expected to create jobs, improve living standards, and stimulate economic growth. The newly unveiled hospitality facility located at Obadaoko attracted dignitaries from within and outside Nigeria, underscoring the growing confidence of investors in Ogun State's business environment. Toyin Ogundipe reports.
The commissioning ceremony drew government officials, royal fathers, captains of industry, community leaders, and stakeholders in the hospitality sector, all gathered to witness what many describe as a landmark development for Obadaoko. Proceedings begin with the formal commissioning of the project led by the convener of the alternative movement, Otunba Segun Soyinmi. Speaking at the event, stakeholders described the hotel as a strategic private sector investment that aligns with national and state effort to drive economic growth.
This is the prayer that we prayed, that our people will love themselves enough to identify with themselves.
He is to be encouraged. We want to call on all our people to patronize it.
Others commend the initiative, noting that the facility will generate employment opportunities and position Obadaoko as an emerging commercial and tourism destination.
Congratulate the celebrants for bringing and for having a focus to bring this social project to Obadaoko town.
Happy to be here today. I'm happy to be here to celebrate with a brother that has been to this business for so long.
I see them as visionary leaders, those who believe in Nigeria, and they believe they needed to give back, to the society.
In his remarks, the Chief Executive Officer of Feliza Hotel and Suite, Olufemi Ayeyemi, expresses gratitude to God, project partners, and the host community for their support throughout the development process.
Our national plan is to build in urban place like Okelewo, but eventually they got land for me here, and when I came after 2 or 3 years, I found out about that they don't have road accessibility, and that actually discouraged me. So, and I think I have to start down with my wife and other planners. What can we do? So that's why we are able to do a lot of things. And apparently right now we have tried our best to do the road from the main gate to the main road. So we're just looking forward for the government to come and intervene right now, because everybody knows that road is a key to any business.
Music introduced by legendary Fuji musician King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal added excitement to the commissioning ceremony. Feliza Hotel and Suite features spacious rooms with modern comfort, flexible event spaces, a swimming pool, gym, spa, and restaurant. Facilities expected to further strengthen our state hospitality industry and sustainable economic development.
No fewer than 1,400 people benefited from various empowerment initiatives of the Save the Future Generation Foundation over the last 7 years, reflecting sustained efforts at grassroots development and poverty alleviation. The convener of the foundation, Ahmed Olaiwola Ojolowo Ojuko, made this known during the 5th edition of the Empowerment Drive held at the Ado-Ota Local Government Secretariat. Ayodeji Tomori Oluwumi reports.
Save the Future Generation Foundation is the brainchild of Ahmed Olaiwola Ojolowo Ojuko, established with the aim of providing community support through structured empowerment programs. At the 5th edition of the initiative, held at Ado-Ota Local Government Secretariat, youth who had earlier undergone skill acquisition training organized by the foundation received working tools to enhance productivity and self-reliance. Speaking at the event, the convener, Ahmed Olaiwola Ojolowo Ojuko, says the empowerment drive is driven by passion, love for humanity, and a desire to make a meaningful impact in the lives of his people.
I decided to start this foundation to empower the youth in gaining access to fruitful job. And also, you know, women try a lot for us in this community. So we've got to include the widows and also the less privileged.
APC chieftains present at the program commend the gesture, describing it as a valuable contribution to ongoing poverty alleviation and economic empowerment efforts under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu and Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun.
We have passed the stage where we want to go to school and read to get many degrees. So Ahmed has done great by, giving training to all these people.
For those set of people, they are starting their new life again without any delay.
This is not the first time you've been doing this kind of a thing. And for somebody who has not held any political office and is doing something marvelously like this, we have to give kudos to him.
His generation will benefit a lot from him. And you will see the number of people lined up for empowerment today. They are all youth.
For somebody who is not part of government, is not taking anything from government.
Other beneficiaries expressed appreciation to the foundation, noting that the support will improve their livelihoods and inspire others to embrace skill acquisition and self-development.
It gives us so much courage. We that have nothing like we are praying to have, and it made it easy for us, for helping us to this kind of empowerment.
I appreciate him for his hard work, his kindness, because he has a good heart. Not everyone can do the things he's doing. So,
in addition, 63 widows and 81 youth also benefited from cash support provided by the foundation. Ayodeji Tomori Olumi, Ogtv News.
Still ahead on the news, Army arrests 19 oil thieves, destroys 22 illegal sites in Niger Delta. Join us for details of these and more after the break.
Mommy, I get the school fees. You too much. Nah, money points. Money points, thank you.
No worry, yourself go make am. No go buy ball.
They use money points?
Of course now, they use money points.
Confirm.
Money point made for your progress.
Nice to have you back, and in case you're just joining us, you're watching the major news broadcast for the day on Ogtv, Abeokuta. The Ogun State Police Command has confirmed that world-renowned boxer Anthony Joshua was involved in a road traffic accident this Monday, December 29, 2025, at about noon in Mako, Shagamu, Ogun State. The statement by the police public relations officer, DSP Oluseyi Babasheyi, stated that the incident occurred along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway just before Danko filling station near the Shagamu interchange of the Ibadan-bound axis. The vehicle conveying Anthony Joshua, a Lexus SUV, was involved in the accident under circumstances that are currently being investigated. He was seated in the rear of the vehicle and he sustained minor injuries and receiving medical attention. Tragically, 2 other passengers in the vehicle lost their lives at the scene. The deceased have been conveyed to Liverpool Hospital morgue in Shagamu, and the Ogun State Police Command extends heartfelt condolences to the families of the deceased and assures the public that a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the accident has commenced. Further updates on the incidents will be communicated as investigation progresses. Meanwhile, the Ogun State government has expressed profound condolences to the families and associates of the victims of a tragic road accident involving world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, who narrowly escaped death this Monday. The fatal accident occurred along the busy Lagos-Ibadan Expressway within the Mako axis of Ogun State and sadly claimed the lives of 2 persons. Anthony Joshua and 3 other individuals were reportedly traveling from Lagos to Shagamu at the time of the incident. Preliminary reports indicate that 2 male foreign nationals died on the spot. Their remains have been deposited at a morgue in Shagamu, and Anthony Joshua and the driver of the vehicle were promptly rescued by security personnel attached to his convoy and taken to a hospital where they're currently receiving medical attention. The sport utility vehicle SUV conveying the occupants was said to have rammed into a stationary truck along the expressway. While the severely damaged vehicle has been evacuated to the Shagamu Motor Traffic Division MTD office, efforts are ongoing for a comprehensive investigation. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the State Government on Information and Strategy, the Ogun State Government describes the incident as deeply unfortunate and painful, particularly with the loss of precious lives, while others sustained varying degrees of injuries and are receiving medical care. Motorists are therefore enjoined to exercise utmost caution and adhere strictly to traffic regulations, especially during the festive season when vehicular movement is typically heavy. Road safety officers and other security agencies are also enjoined to intensify surveillance and enforcement efforts across the state to ensure the safety of lives and property. In a related development, the governments of Ogun and Lagos states have confirmed that British Nigerian 2-time unified world heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua was involved in a road traffic accident earlier today along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. In a statement jointly signed by Kayode Akimade, Special Advisor to Ogun State Governor on Information, Kayode Akimade and Commissioner for Information, Lagos State, Benga Motosho, the vehicle conveying a team of 4 reportedly collided with a stationary truck, resulting in 2 fatalities. Anthony Joshua and another passenger were immediately evacuated to a specialized medical facility in Lagos. Following comprehensive clinical assessments, doctors have confirmed that both patients are stable and do not require any emergency medical intervention at this time. A full medical team has been assembled and will continue to monitor them closely. Anthony Joshua is conscious and has been in communication with his family. The governments of Ogun and Lagos states are closely monitoring the situation and will ensure that the affected persons receive the best possible medical care investigation into the circumstances surrounding the accident have also commenced. The Ogun State government has made public its dedicated ambulance emergency line in case members of the public are in dire need of its services. The Ogun Ambulances Emergency Line is a toll-free number 112, or you can call 081-120-000033. Alternatively, residents of the state can call the Ogun Trace Commanders on 070-669-42555 and Trace PRO on 0806-270-3568 in case of vehicular accident within Ogun State. In a bid to ensure the continued growth and development of the economy of Egbaland and enhance the well-being of its indigents, delegations of Egba Economic Summit Group led by its president, Dr. Benga Adeoye, visited a former airport site at Wasimi, Eweko local government area of Ogun State. The president of the group, Dr. Adeoye, says the visit is to assess the present state of the site and to fashion out ways for possible interventions at reviving the projects.
We want to assess the situation by ourselves before we can collectively, together with our leaders, our traditional rulers and elders from Egbaland, approach the Ministry of Aviation, the Minister of Aviation, to know how best can we help, either through private partnership participation or by lobbying the government to ensure that this project did not become a white elephant project.
Dr. Adeoye further reiterates that if the Wasini Airport project comes to fruition, it will help decongesting Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos State, and also contribute to the economic development of Ogun State.
Committee visited this place. This is what is called Wasini Airport. And if you look on my right here, you can see the flaring of smoke from Ibeshe Cement, so which means we are on a hill suitable for a good airport. And it's a buffer for the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. So if there is a plane takeoff from Lagos and any crisis mid-air, and you need to do an emergency landing, this is a good place for that. If aircraft is about to land in Lagos, and then from here is about less than 10 minutes, they have issues, they can do emergency landing here.
Sons and daughters to join hands at achieving the goals of the group. Work and Faith has donated medical equipment and surgical supplies to the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital in a bid to reduce death rates through medical care. During the presentation exercise, the founding board chairman of Work in Faith, Fadira Oreagba, explained that it is a health-based non-profit organization founded with the aim to reduce health disparities in Nigeria as well as in abroad. In partnership with the Olabisi Onabanjo Teaching Hospital, Shagamu, Oreagba says it has donated earlier this year, and to wrap up with the donation of medical equipment and surgical supplies into the Sulaiman Adibola Adigwa Trauma Center to help them decrease death rate.
Our efforts were to assist them with their newly built trauma center as they are trying to decrease how backed up the OR is. The hospital is conveniently placed in an area that there is a lot of motor vehicle accidents, so they do have a lot of traumas that come in. So our goal was to help them kind of decrease the backups that they're experiencing in their OR. So we donated quite a few surgical equipment, supplies, IV catheters, cannulas, things of that nature to assist them in their surgical efforts to assist with their traumas. So Walk in Faith's goal is to help wherever there is a need, right? So we also want to partner with other hospitals, other local clinics, all throughout Nigeria, not just here in Shagamu, but throughout the entire country.
So Dr. Bumi Fatugashi received the donation on behalf of the management and staff.
On behalf of the state government, the board of this hospital, the management, and the staff, we're glad to be beneficiaries of these donations. And their consumables, particularly from the OR, are specifically donated to the trauma center. We want to assure you that this will be well used for the rightful purposes, indigent patients, and every patient that requires surgery would benefit from this.
Tugashi promised the medical equipment and medical supplies will be put to good use. In the spirit of the Yuletide and ahead of our New Year celebrations, The Bayo Oshino Foundation stepped in to put smiles on the faces of the people of Ijebu-Ode. No fewer than 2,000 residents benefited from the financial support initiative organized to bring relief and spread festive cheer among the people. The outreach was held at the St. Augustine Primary School, Ijebu-Ode.
The open field of St. Augustine Primary School in Ijebu-Ode came alive as the Bayo Oshino Foundation gathered residents for a special Christmas outreach aimed at supporting the less privileged. The initiative provided financial assistance to no fewer than 2,000 beneficiaries, with special focus on the elderly, women, and other vulnerable members of the community, helping to cushion the impact of the festive season on households. Beneficiaries expressed appreciation to the organizers for timely intervention, describing the gesture as a source of hope and relief.
So I'm very happy. You know, we're going to share 30,000 away, no more anybody.
Speaking at the event, the convener explains that the program represents a legacy of love inspired by Quranic and Hadith principles designed to honor the enduring spirit of the late Senator Bayo Oshino by uplifting lives and putting smiles on faces.
The motive of this foundation is putting smile, trying to implement the legacies of the late Senator Zikirullah Adebayo Oshino in memory, to make it live like we're still living. He loves to make people happy. He loves to give. He loves to make people happy, make them comfortable, make them successful. He's a man that is not just aspiring for himself alone, but the entire people around him and his community, all his constituents. He wants them better. He wants them successful. He wants them inspiring others. So after he's dead, the children and the retired and the wife thought of there is nothing we can do than to continue the legacy of their father, just like what he used to do. Every festive period, as he's doing in Lagos State, is also doing in Lagos State, Ijebu-Ode precisely.
We are having it in Ijebu-Ode to appreciate the people of Ijebu-Ode. Senator Zikirullah Adebayo Oshino is from Ijebu-Ode. Yes, and he used to do so much of this when he was alive. The foundation is a memorial foundation in honor of Senator Zikirullah Adebayo Oshino, and we do it this end of the year, every year, to still appreciate the people of Ijebu-Ode. They've missed him, they've missed the good works he does when he's around, when he's alive. So we are trying to carry on with the legacy he left.
Adebayo Sikiru Oshino, popularly known as Pepe, was a renowned Nigerian businessman and politician. He served as a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly and until his death represented Lagos East Senatorial District in the 9th National Assembly.
The 6th Division of the Nigerian Army says its troops have arrested 19 suspected oil thieves, destroyed 22 illegal refining sites, and rediscover, or rather recover, over 180,000 liters of stolen petroleum products valued at about 150 million naira across the Niger Delta. The Army said the achievements followed a nearby one-month coordinated operation carried out in 4 states in collaboration with other security agencies. The Acting Deputy Director, 6th Division Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Juna Danjuma, disclosed this in a statement in Port Harcourt. According to Danjuma, the operations targeted oil thefts, pipeline vandalism, and related crimes in the Niger Delta, stressing that troops would continue to dominate the operational environment and deny criminal elements freedom of action. Meanwhile, the General Officer commanding 6th Division Nigeria Army, Major General Emmanuel Emeka, commended the troops for the successes recorded and charged them to sustain the tempo against economic saboteurs. Christmas should henceforth be used to prepare for the second coming of Christ, which is getting nearer every day. Founder and the creator of Auckland Music Academy and Church of the Second Coming, Chief Uludoto Koliushu, made this call during the 2025 Christmas Carol Concert, an end-of-year party of the Academy, held at the Auckland Estate at Didero Village near Kabakwe in Abeokuta. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Acclaimed performing band of the Church of the Second Coming dishes out different performances of the Christmas songs and the Yoruba adaptation after weeks of preparation at the Oakland Music Academy to celebrate the birth of Christ in their unique ways while calling attention to his second coming. Founder and creative director of Oakland Music Academy, Chief Oludotun Kole-Osho, while welcoming attendees to the Christmas Carol concert and end of the year party, emphasized the need for attention to now be shifted to the preparation for the second coming of Christ as the essence of Christmas.
We have to start thinking more about the second coming of Jesus than even the first. And second coming were both prophesied together by Isaiah 61. But when Jesus read that prophecy in the temple, you will see that the second part of verse 19 that you can see relates to the second coming. He didn't read that part because it cannot be fulfilled during the first coming.
Chief Kole-Osho spoke of the relationship between music and the celebration of the birth of Christ.
There's no way we can praise God better than with hymns and psalms, and we shouldn't lose that opportunity when he gives us the talent to be able to write even one song to praise him. We should use it, and I thank God that he's giving me, I know that he's bestowed that talent on me to be able to put words into music.
Pastor Ayodele Ajayi, in a sermon which centered around the preparation for the second coming, said happenings in the world now are good indicators of the process of the second coming.
The coming of the Lord was prophesied a lot in the scriptures, but a lot of people doubt it. They think that it belongs to ancient myth, but in reality, that word will not go unfulfilled. The Lord is coming.
The two lessons read for the carol were taken from the book of Isaiah and Luke, while late Reverend Olaiwola Babalola, who had been a strong pillar of support for the Music Academy, was posthumously honored at the occasion. Matthew Shomi, Ogtv News.
Olokini Day celebration plays a vital role in preserving the cultural identity of the Ojowo people. At the 2025 edition, Oba Abdul Rashid Banja said the celebration is aimed at sustaining the tradition and cultural heritage of the Ojowo people, as well as to honor the contributions of the people towards the growth and development of Ojowo land. Ayodeji Tomori Oluomi has the details.
Olokini Day is more than an annual celebration. It represents the tradition, identity, and cultural heritage of the Ojowo people handed down from generation to generation. Dressed in colorful and elegant traditional attires, indigents of Ojowo trooped out in large numbers to witness the 2025 edition of the historic festival.
It is the singular program with which we bring our sons and daughters of the town together. And more importantly, is for us to draw the attention of government and well-meaning people to the needs of the people.
The commitment, resilience, and vision of the Olokini of Ojowo, Oba Abdul Rashid Banjo, in preserving and promoting the town's rich cultural heritage draw commendation from the people and invited royal fathers.
Olokini is an educated Oba, enlightened, very progressive, and he has brought Olokini Day back since he became the Kabiyesi of this town. My advice is that he continue to relate very well with his inhabitants.
I believe that Ojowo children or Ojowo sons and daughters, they have been rallying around the Olokini of Ojowo, but we are still persuaded that they can still do more.
As part of the celebration, 8 distinguished sons and daughters of Ojowo received recognition for their outstanding contributions to the growth and development of the community. They are installed as chiefs of Ojowo with responsibilities to serve the town in various capacities.
They are awarded ambassador before they made them chief. And we believe that they will be part of those who will make this town great.
It means so much to me. It means a recognition of my service, particularly at the intellectual and academic level. It means a recognition of my scholarship. It means a recognition of my struggle.
It is my opportunity to do a lot for the community with my wealth of knowledge and my exposure to bring that to the community.
We are moving this Ojowo land into the realm of agriculture in Nigeria. In the next few years, we see how we are going to turn Ojowo land, the land given to us, into food basket.
I know my role to support and to stand by him all the time. And I know he's a great man. I've been with him for very many years. I know his capacity.
The Olokini Day celebration has, without doubt, grown into a widely accepted and cherished tradition among the Ojowo people. Ayodeji Tomori Olumimi, Ogtv News.
Some business reports will be served after the break as Adebola Oshoji is set. Don't go away.
Rona transfer.
Now money point of that.
No worries, I've got make am.
No go buy ball.
Victor,
you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
Glad to have you on the business segment of the news. President Bola Tinubu has approved the cancellation of a substantial portion of debt owed by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to the Federation account, wiping off about $1.42 billion and 5.75 trillion naira. The approval was documented by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, titled Report of October 2025 Revenue Collection, presented at the Federation Account Allocation Committee meeting held on 18th November 2025. The directive effectively declares the legacy debt accumulated to December 31, 2024, resolving long-standing dispute between NNPCL and the Federation, while leaving current liabilities from 2025 operations under ongoing monitoring. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Bayo Ojolari, has assured Nigerians that ongoing price competition in the downstream petroleum sector will ultimately benefit consumers. He described current market tensions as a natural consequence of Nigeria's transition from total import dependence to domestic refining, where there is healthy competition. The buyers are the ultimate beneficiaries. The NNPCL boss made remarks against the backdrop of the intense price war that has been petrol prices crashed from over 1,200 naira per litre in November 2024 to as low as 739 naira per litre at some retail outlets in December 2025, driven primarily by competition between Dangote Refinery, NNPC, and independent marketers. The Federation Account Allocation Committee has continued its investigation into the road infrastructure tax credit scheme, as only 3 out of 7 participating companies have responded to requests for details on their involvement, expenditure, and project execution under the program. This was disclosed in the report of FACPOT Mortem Subcommittee meeting for November 2025, which reviewed deductions made for the scheme between February 2024 and September 2025. The document was obtained by the journalist. According to the document, the subcommittee wrote to the Federal Ministry of Finance and Works, the Federal Inland Revenue Service, as well as firms participating in the scheme, seeking information on the level of involvement in the scheme, the amount spent, and the level of ongoing projects from 2019 to 2025. And lastly, on the business segment of the news, the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority has debunked claims that the rise in domestic airfares recorded in December was caused by government taxes. Michael Achemogo, Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection of the NCAA, clarified in a post of his ex handle. According to him, market forces driven by high demand had caused rise in airfares. Achemogo noted that the December fare increases were limited to certain high-traffic routes and are a recurring annual trend linked to festive travel demand. He maintained that the situation was not unique to aviation, pointing out that transport fares, accommodation prices, and food costs also rise during the festive season. And that ends the business segment of the news. Over to Wally for the rest of our bulletin.